There I there I am. There you guys are. Here we are today. Gonna have a regular, semi-boring truth stream. I'm gonna try to not do anything too wacky or zany. No crazy hat. All right. I'm gonna try to keep the cussing down. Not gonna get too crazy. We're just gonna have a nice talk about what I think is happening and what's going on with this flat earth cult community. And I'll take some questions from the chat. And we're just basically going to have a big, long truth stream. We're going to get a bunch of information out there. I'm going to ask you guys questions. You guys ask questions. Who knows who might show up tonight here in the chat? But as far as how it's going to be, it's just going to be me just talking to you, man to man. But one thing we are going to do is light this thing off with a ceremonial tokish of the bowl. Go ahead and smash the thumbs up. I want to see 30 thumbs up, and then we're going to get started. All right. All right. I see Rob Gunn in the chat. I see Scripted Reality in the chat. New Edge Designs. Great Bowls of Fire. There's a guy whose name is Great Bowls of Fire in the chat. That's awesome. Star Rose. God's watching this flat earth. Cheddar Bomb, Eric H, LA Meth Witch, Marijuana Community, somewhat, Yo Vic, Sanctus Manifesto, Unspecified Podcast and Review, yo. All right, just to name a few. Lots of you guys out there in the chat. Hi to everyone. Yes, RV is a lying shill, and I'm gonna get to that. That's what the whole stream's about. You haven't missed it. If you got it, light it up. This is how we start streams over here. If you're new, we start our streams as a show of good faith with a tokishi of the bolskishi. It's a way to show that I am a regular dude like you. I like to take a little hit of some bolskishi. I like to take a little toskishi of the bolskishi before we get started. It's something we do over here, just in case anyone's new to the program. All right, Taking Back Eden, donation of the night with some Canadian money. Got some Canadian money coming in. Says you were and are great help. Thank you. And tonight, we'll go over some important stuff that I really want you guys to know. I'm going to call out a lot of people. I'm not here to stir up shit. I'm here to give you guys the truth, straight up. That might cause some shit stirring, but it's going to be truth nonetheless. All right. That said, who's ready to get started? All right. So, you guys might wonder what I have on RB. Some basic stuff, even. He showed up in the comment section of my last live stream I did, where we broke down Flat Earth Fokker and Rob Skiba's fake-looking deaths. So I don't think Rob Skiba's dead. I don't think Mac Parhar, Flat Earth Fokker's dead. I think the two guys seem shady, like they could be Masons or some sort of police informants, military, CIA. Skiba seems like he could be CIA. Mac Parhar seems like he could just be some straight up just Mason fuck. Either way, I think they're dead. Just like I don't think Tupac's dead. Okay? So there are people out there who are assigned to this project whose job is to muddy the waters and be like, I knew Flat Earth Fucker. He was a legend. He was the greatest flat earther of all time. How dare you talk about a dead man? Yeah, sure. So there's people who are literally coming along like trying to protect the shady ass background of these people, which I expected. RV shows up in the comments and he says, hey, I notice you're using my evidence as your evidence. That's how you know you have good information. So I pinned his comment because I want everyone to see RV's comment. So I pinned it and I said, Actually, your evidence of Rob Skiba was a video that was already on the internet back in 2013. I only showed your clip because I tied you in as a shill as well, because you had Mac Parhar on as episode number 33. And then you had the clip all lined up for me, RV. So why would I go get Rob Skiba's 2 hour long prophecy speech when you already have the clip lined up for? And I think you're a shill already. So then he fires back at me. You stole my evidence because you are a weak researcher. Okay. Why did you go on Patty Steer's show, Flat Earth and Hot Potatoes? Why did you stick up for Mark Sargent and say he's not a shill, but you're only calling out Patty as a shill? Why did it take you this long to call out Patty a shill when I called her out back in 2017? And now here it is 2021, and you're just now calling Patty a shill after you went on Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes show? Like, bro, why did you go on Flat Earth and Hot Potatoes show? I saw it. You know, you guys want to know why I stopped liking RV Truth? Because in 2018, I believe, he just showed up on the Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes show and kissed Mark and Patty's ass for 2 straight hours. A lot of you guys are new to Flat Earth, or your memories just don't work well, or you just missed it. RV Truth was not a Flat Earther in 2016. He wasn't a Flat Earther in 2017. It was 2018 when he finally attached himself to Flat Earth, and he went on whose show? Mark and Patty's show. He didn't come hang out with Jake the asshole to be a Flat Earther. He didn't go with Eric Dubé to be a Flat Earther. He didn't go with Matt Boylan. No, he attached himself to Mark and Patty. I saw the show because I remember distinctly going, holy shit, RV Truth's now a Flat Earther and he's on Mark and Patty's fucking show. So a lot of you have a memory, or maybe you missed it, but he went on Mark and Patty's Flat Earth and Hot Potatoes show. Flag number 1, red flag number 1. Who turned down Mark and Patty's show 4 times? Jake the asshole did. Patty came to me 4 times and asked me to be on that show. And I said, no, 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 and fuck no. And actually, the last time I didn't even answer, I just ignored her. So basically, I've never appeared on a Flat Earth and Hot Potatoes episode kissing Mark's and Patty's ass. But nameless and faceless RV Ben did. Okay. Okay. Are you fucking... No, try not to cuss. Trying not to cuss. Just trying to be a regular truther. Nothing zany, no cussing. Are you following me? He went on Mark and Patty's show and kissed their asses. Ass isn't a cuss word. I'm using ass. Kissed their asses, okay? Now, I never did that. I told you that those two were the shilly williest since the beginning. I never once said Mark Sargent isn't a shill. I pretty much told you guys from the freaking get-go that that guy's a shill. And I've told you Patty's a shill so many times that referring to those two on my channel is like saying dinosaurs don't exist. Yeah, we know. It's like talking about something as old and lame as dinosaurs existing, right? How long have you guys been following me? If you've been following me for years, you should remember I talked about these shills back in 2017. So now, if you're still following along, RV Truth is calling out Patty Steer as a shill. And you know what his evidence is? She wants to do a hangout at 3:30. Woo! Bro, that's not evidence. You want to know what evidence is? It was in the documentary Behind the Curve that made all flat earthers look like effing morons. Remember that? Who saw Beyond the Curve? How many people here in the chat? I think it's reverse. It's over here, huh? For you guys. It's over here for me. It's over here for you. How many people saw Behind the Curve? I did. Was I in Beyond the Curve? No. Who was in Beyond the Curve? Patty, Marky, Jaron, Nathan Thompson, Bob Nodell. They all do look like retards. Purposely? Maybe they're just truly retarded. Either way, how did this documentary just so happen to pick 5 people who all make themselves look as retarded as possible? Let's see. Jaren failed flat Earth experiment in that documentary. That's kind of bad. And then they showed Mark Sargent lives at home with his mom and just looks like a pathetic loser. That was bad. Patty is Patty. She freaking dingbat. How can anyone not think that that lady's stupid? All right. So her job is just to be professional dingbat lady, right? And of course, she has the features of a man. Let's not forget she has the features of a man. Oh, and I missed somebody's super chat up there. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay on a roll, you guys. So super chat. We'll do questions at the end of this. I'll let everyone ask their questions, I promise. And I'll try to do my best to answer as many as possible. But let me stay on this roll. So he goes on with Mark and Patty on their show and he kisses their ass. RV Truth. It's like he expects us not to remember any of that. And then, so when I say, dude, the documentary Behind the Curve had every one of those people I mentioned, Jaren, Bob, Mark, Patty, and Nathan Thompson, looking as ridiculous as possible. Some would say on purpose looking as ridiculous as possible. I would say on purpose looking as ridiculous as possible. So if anyone ever says, Jake, why do you think Jaren's a shill? I say, why don't you go watch Beyond the Curve when he failed the flat Earth experiment that was ridiculous to begin with. And then he was also in the same documentary with Nathan Thompson, the biggest shill dipshit of all time, Earth's movement at 15 degrees. Get out of here. So that's my evidence that all those people are shills. They were in the main biggest hit piece that made Flat Earth look absolutely retarded. And it went on Netflix and millions and millions and millions of people watched it. It wasn't a Flat Earth video here on YouTube. It was on Netflix and fucking try not to cuss. A lot of people watched it. Like 10 million people or some crap. I don't even know anymore, but a lot. Okay. So RV Truth wasn't calling these people out way back. He just now started in 2021. And he gives Mark Sargent a pass. He says, I don't know about Mark yet. We'll see what Mark does when I release this information. Bro, Mark is the biggest shill of all time. I even told RV in the freaking comment, I said, Mark's the biggest shill of all time. Why are you not calling out Mark? What took you so long, bro? Right? And then I capped it off with this one. Why do you use the broken debunked AE map that all the shill flat earthers use? And guess what happened? He deleted the pinned comment because he made the comment and I pinned it. He deleted it and all my replies went with it. If any of you guys comment on YouTube, you know anyone who replies to you will all disappear if you delete your comment. So as I nail him to the wall of why did you go on Patty's show and kiss their ass on the show? Why are you not calling Mark? What took you so long to even start calling Patty a shill? And I finished him off with why are you using that broken pizza pie psyop AE map? Guess what? He deletes the pinned comment. So I didn't have a freaking screenshot. So I had to call him out in my own pinned comment. So if you go to that stream, you'll find my pinned comment saying, hey guys, RV Truth just deleted his own comment when I asked him about Mark Sargent, when I asked him about Patty, when I asked him about the map. He ran away from those questions and deleted his comment. RV shows up within minutes and says, no, you deleted my comment because I made you look bad. Now, RV, I wouldn't pin your comment and then delete it. If it made me look bad and I was afraid of anything you said, I wouldn't pin it for everyone to see. So now I have screenshots of him replying to me, of course, saying he thinks I did his comment. Sure. He says I deleted his comment, the one that I pinned. Funny, why would I delete his comment when I want him to tell me why he went on Patty and Mark's show and why he uses the wrong map purposely. That's all. I just want him to explain why he went on Mark and Patty's show for 2 hours, kissed their ass, and then now AE map with a dome over the top. He uses AE map with dome, and now he's like Mr. Flat Earther Jesus dome guy. You guys, he wasn't a flat earther in 2016. When I first seen, all he did was break down fake pow pow pows. You know, fake pew, pew, pew. That's all he did. He would talk about stuff pew, 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 being fake. That's what he did. That's why I liked RV. So when I first got on, he didn't talk about flat earth. All he did was break down false flaggy type shit. And I enjoyed his channel, and I was a sub to his channel because he talked about stuff. Now let me present to you guys this little, it's not even evidence, it's just a thought. What are the chances that this nameless, faceless guy is even the same guy from 5 years ago? Seems pretty easy. If you're named faceless, they can just replace you with somebody who sounds like you. What if RV Truth was a real truther, broke down some fake pow pow pows, and so instead they got rid of him, found a guy who sounds like him, and inserted him into the fake flat earth cult community? Just a possibility. Just saying it could be possible. Or let's say he broke down some fake pow pow pows, some fake shootings, and then they bought him off. Them no more talking about that. Now we want you to talk about the flat earth, and we want you to hang out with all these shills and do a bunch of shilly shit. Just saying. He's faceless. All you have to do is just have somebody who talks and sounds like him. How the hell would you know any different? For instance, if Richie from Boston never showed his face, all you knew was his voice, I could easily take him out, take over his channel, and then go, "Hi, I'm Richie from Boston. Nothing has changed around here. The Chinese drones are at you. You need to hide under your bed. You need to get right with God." Right? Wouldn't know. But of course, Richie shows his face. Right? Richie shows his face and has a name. So we can at least give Richie the fact that he has a face and a name, right? Who else has a face and a name? Me. I have a face and a name. So there's people who don't have a face or a name. What's up? Hey, I'm in the middle of a stream right now. Let me call you back. All right, bye. That's Tommy Scott. We've been working on music. So anyway, back to my point. So basically, an RV is a faceless, nameless truther. And whenever you bring that up, he's got his built-in excuse. Oh, well, why would I give away my name? I'm fighting all these mean shills, and everyone's just such a mean shill. I don't want to give away my face and name and put myself in danger from all the dangerous mean shills. Just because I don't give away my name and my face doesn't mean nah. In my opinion, that is your credibility. Your name and your... I have a name and a face. I didn't go to the controlled flat earth conferences. I wasn't in any of the documentaries. I wasn't in not one hit piece documentary. You know who was? Patty Steer, Mark Sargent, Nathan Thompson. Flat Earth Hot Potatoes show. For the first time in my life, I was like, what the fuck is he doing? What is he doing? Why is he hanging out with them? So ever since I saw that dude go on her show, I was like, nah. So he's a shill, a liar, and on top of that, it might not even be the same Russian vids from 5 years ago. How would you know? How would you even know? Let's say the CIA shoots him and kills him and replaces him with a different Russian vids. How would you know? All they have to do is find a guy who sounds like him. He's faceless. And then there's one picture of them floating around. You don't even know if that's real. That could be the fake real picture. There's one real picture of Russian vids floating around, and you know what? It might not even be the real one. So let's move on to even more damning evidence. He had Patty Steer as one of his mods in the chat. Patty Steer ain't one of my mods. He had Patty Steer as a mod in his chat for being a Mason. Dude, you made her a mod in your chat. Patty Steer went on Jaren's show like last night. I don't know if any of you guys caught Jaren's show. See, I'm keeping up on all these shills. I'm watching them turn into the biggest shills of all time. Patty Steer shows up on Jaren's show. She's been gone. She hasn't done shit lately. You haven't heard from her. She just showed up on Jaren's show, and Jaren's there kissing her ass, and deep inside the rabbit's butthole's there kissing her ass, and Karen B, the witch herself, she's there kissing her ass. So they all stuck up for Patty Steer just last night on Jaren's show. Go back and watch it. Anything that I'm saying, you can go look at. The only thing you can't look at is what RV deleted. Okay? So, if you go watch Jaren's Baby Truther show, and come on, Baby Truther show, he's mocking you guys. We're nothing but baby truthers. Baby Truther show. Ugh. Go watch his Baby Truther bullshit. You're gonna go see him kissing Patty's ass deep inside the rabbit's butthole, kissing Patty's ass. And Patty's like, some people think I'm a man. Oh, I know, they're so stupid. A man. When this is over, you can go back and research everything I said. I'm not going to show you anything except my voice. And if you distrust anything I say tonight, you can go back and find it. I'm going to let you do your own research on everything I said. But you know I'm not steering you wrong. You know I'm not making this shit up. We're going to get to questions here in the chat. So you're going to go crazy typing away, but we're going to get to all that. So this RV is using the debunked AE map. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you don't know that it doesn't work. If you haven't figured out that it doesn't work yet, that's on you. You need to go do more research. Anyone who uses the AE map and has lots and lots of subs and gets lots and lots of publicity is a shill. So that means Jaren, that means deep inside the rabbit's butthole, that means Mark Sargent, that means Patty, that means Eric Dubé. Yes, Eric Dubé. Well, why would Eric Dubé be he dressed up like me, pretended to be me. And if anyone doesn't believe that, you just go back and watch Flat Earth and Other Shill Potatoes, Part 3. He dressed up in drag pretending to be Patty. He dressed up in drag pretending to be Orphan Red. He dressed up in drag pretending to be women. And then he dressed up like yours truly and pretended to be me and make fun of my bass playing ability, which is a lot better than any instrument he's ever attempted to play. So you have a guy like Eric Dubé who promotes a broken vegan diet, which slowly kills people. It's the NWO diet. And he dressed up like me, pretended to be me, called me a shill. That's an indicator someone's a shill. When they dress up like Jake the Asshole and say Jake the Asshole's a shill. Why did he do that? Because I debunked the AE map in front of everyone. I've debunked the AE map live on streams and had people lose their goddamn minds and unsub from me and say I'm here to stir up division. Here's why I don't mind talking about it now. There is no community. It's a cult community, and I'm not a part of it. Get it? So I don't care anymore if people are like, I'm unsubbing from you because you're causing division in our community. There is no community. It's a cult community. Jaren is a bad guy pretending to be a good guy. If you haven't figured it out yet, then you're stupid. Patty is a bad girl guy pretending to be a good girl guy. If you haven't figured it out yet, you're stupid. Mark Sargent is a bad pretending to be a good guy. If you haven't figured it out yet, you're stupid. RV Truth is aimless, faceless coward who can't even answer my simple questions of why he hung out with those other shills and kissed their ass, and why he uses the debunked and broken AE map. If you believe he's a guy, you're stupid. My evidence is just what I told you. Go watch Behind the Curve documentary. Look at the stars of the documentary. Look at all the stupid shit they've done. And then look at the people who've supported them and still support them and hang out with them and talk to them to this day. Go look. Now, who would like to ask me some questions? Anything that you said already, I missed it. So you're going to have to ask it again. All right. AZB boy says RV is the master truther. All right, guess what? You are put in timeout because of what I just said. See, after all the stuff I just said, if you're gonna try and kiss RV's ass after what I just told you, then I'm gonna get rid of you. And if you think that's some sort of evidence of me being a bad guy, no. I just told you he's a liar. I just told you he won't answer simple questions about why he went on flat earth potatoes and kissed Mark and Patty's asses. So if you come here and you say all good things about him after I just showed you he's a liar, I'm telling you, man to man, truther to truther, he's a fucking liar. Gisala 111 says if he promotes, he ain't about truth. That's right. If you don't run the AE map through the same scrutiny as you did the globe, then you're not a real truther. Anyone who waves the AE map around, you didn't run it through the same scrutiny as the globe. You didn't try to pick it apart. You didn't find the reasons why it didn't work. You didn't exploit them the same way you did the globe. And that's why you're a stupid piece of shit researcher if you haven't done that yet. And if that hurts your feelings, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I did put the AE map through the scrutiny and it failed. That's why I don't wave it around. Anyone who waves it around knows it doesn't work. Jaron knows the map doesn't work. He's been shown it many times and he still waves it. He at least has all these excuses. Some of them don't even have excuses. Patty doesn't even know how any of it works. All right. Somebody just says, what is AE map? AE map is azimuthal equidistant map. It's the flat earth psyop map. They take the globe, they squish it down flat. North Pole is the center. It's impossible. It's wrong. It's debunked. If your question is, how do you know that? Where can I find that info? It's on my channel. Go back and watch it. I recommend the end of the fake flat earth video. It's on my channel. It's got the AE map with an X going through it. The end of the fake flat earth. Go there, watch it. Because that's always somebody's question. How do you know? We covered this a long time over here. Like I said, this channel goes back to 2016. And we were talking about the AE map being wrong in 2017. By 2018, I was like the biggest villain in the cult community because I told everyone the truth. Now it's been long enough. A lot of people have figured it out already. Now you guys are seeing I never lied. I was never a disinfo agent. I was always telling you the truth. Someone says, thoughts on David Icke. I used to think David Icke was a total shill. And now some of the lizard stuff he says actually doesn't seem that crazy. It's taken over by a super evil species of things that aren't human. They would take human form and enslave us the way they have, and then slowly exterminate us like they're doing when they're done with us. And so I think people who are doing this to us are not regular evil humans. They're some sort of other species, maybe not lizards, but the fact that he was calling them lizards, that they weren't regular humans, now I think, wow, that's actually more of a, I used to think that was retarded. Whereas now I'm like, shit, Alien lizards that take human form actually don't sound too far out of the realm of possibility anymore. Now that I look around and see everyone turning into zombies and willingly taking the mark of the beast, you know? So there you go. Paris Blue, it says the AE maps for basic reference. Jared and Dirth never said it was perfect. Yeah, I always hear that. It's not perfect, but if you're using it for reference, you're making people use it. It gets debunked. Globers who know their shit, which isn't a lot, but globers who know their shit, like the ones who are pro globe cucks, can eat that map for breakfast. They know how to beat it, and they can make you look stupid. So if you say we know it's not perfect, that's like saying I know that the mainstream media story for 9/11 isn't perfect, but I just use it as reference. I don't do the no planes version. I do the mainstream media version for reference, right? If it's wrong, why would you do that? The circle map is wrong. The continents are misshapen and deformed. The distances between them in some cases are like wildly inaccurate. There's problems with just cardinal directions, like south is opposite directions, like on the map. Oh, you're going to head south and I'm going to head south. And then you just end up just going opposite directions forever until you hit this ice wall that you've never been to. Not one flat earther has went to the ice wall and explored the entire perimeter. We can't because they'll shoot us if we go to the ice wall. Not one flat earther has ever been turned around at gunpoint for trying to go to the ice wall. But they'll tell you you can't go to the ice wall and they'll shoot you if you go to the ice wall. Yeah. I've heard it all. You guys have been around this thing for a long time. And what it comes down to is a bunch of agents waving around the fake map at you. And then when you find something simple like, hey, the sun in Australia right now is coming up out of the southeast and setting to the southwest. That's the wrong direction than where the AE map says. So here's why Dirth, deep inside the rabbit hole's butthole, is a shill. He has an AE map app where the sun goes around in a circle and it's in the wrong spot. Got a donation for $10 as FE. Eyes, face, sclera, white, ice wall, iris, land, sea, green, brown, purple, Yule, other center of existence, eye, black like the reported black magnetic mountain, the center of the plane. Yeah, that's like word salad, man. Thank you for the donation, but I'm not sure what to make out of that right now. So let me get back on point. Dirth is a shill because he has an app with a sun going in the circle. And here's the problem with it going in a circle. The sun's going like this in Australia right now. Go to Australia, look where the sun's coming up out of the southeast, goes above their heads, and then sets to the southwest. It's not going in a fucking circle. It's not. You can test this by having people in Australia point their compass at it. Now people say, oh, well, maybe that's because Australia's in the wrong place. Did you ever think of that? Now you have a problem because you swap in South America down there. Same thing. They see the sun come up out of the southeast and set to the southwest. That's the opposite direction than where Dirth's AE map app says it is. And everyone wants to make excuses. I don't want to hear any excuses because I've debunked them, okay? I've debunked all their bullshit excuses. These guys have been caught in lies. These guys were in the documentary that made all the flat earthers look retarded. So if you're still sticking up for people who are in documentaries that make flat earthers look retarded, they purposely use the wrong map and they say shills don't exist. Last night, Jiren said shills don't exist. He says nobody's a shill. He says, I think RV's a good guy and he puts out some good stuff. And I think everybody's just, a good guy who puts out good. Sometimes they get misguided and they get caught up in their ego. And so he basically stuck up for everybody in a way. Says there's no such thing as a shill. And then they all laughed whenever like Patty, people thinking she's a shill. They're like, I know, people are so dumb. Patty's a shill. They're just so dumb. And so anyone still sticking up for Jaren, he brought Patty on his show last night. That means he's legit too. If you think Patty's legit, you're in the wrong place. Come on, y'all. Got a donation here. Says Jake, What FE map do you think is the most accurate? You know how many times I've answered that? 1,000. I don't have one. And if I was going to be forced to have to pick one, I actually like a square or rectangular Mercator style map where your sun starts over. And that one has problems too. I can't even verify that one. I like the Mercator map because the equator and the tropics are the same size going across, and your directions like north, top of the map, south, bottom of the map, west, left, east, right. So on the circle map, you say north and south are straight lines, but east and west are curving constantly. It's dumb. There's another reason why I don't like the circle map is like you can go in directions and be going south. Whereas on a Mercator map, you can be in South America and I can be in Africa. And if we both head south, we're both just going to go down to the bottom of the map and hit Antarctica if it's there. And then we can do a short journey and meet each other. If you're in South America and you go south, and let's say I go south from Australia, we're going to go in opposite directions on the AE map and never see each other ever again until we hit this ice wall. And then we're going to have this huge, long ass journey to meet each other going around the ice. So just simple like shit like flat earthers can prove by going out and on boats. Like here's an easy one. Has any flat earther ever went around the inner tropic and then went around the equator and then went around the outer tropic? What's the outer one? I'm forgetting off the top of my head. The Cancer or the Capricorn. So the outer one, according to the AE map, it should take you like twice as long to go around that one. Has any flat earther went around the small tropic and then went over to the outer tropic and then went around that and proved that it takes twice as long? No, they haven't. Oh, but you can do that. You can do that without getting shot and going to Antarctica. So all a flat earther has to do is to prove that AE map, like at least one piece of good evidence would be them going around that outer tropic and then them going around the inner tropic and proving that the outer one is most definitely much bigger. They're going to be the same size. On a globe, they're going to be the same size. On a concave map, they're going to be the same. Uh-oh. So a glaring difference. Do you guys get where I'm going? See this? If you go around here and then you go around here, woo, it's going to take way longer. So people say the sun goes around the outer rim during our winter, and then during our summer, it's going around like this. Really? Okay, so now with a boat, go show us that the inner rim right there, you can go around real fast. Only takes you a short time, and then go around the other tropic and prove that it takes like much longer. See, it's very simple shit. Now again, the sun that's going around in a circle, and I would show you guys graphs and stuff. I've already done that. I've already shown you all the graphs, all the pictures. If you want to see those, go back and watch them. But basically, your sun's going around in a circle. It can't be rising out of the south and setting to the south. And right now, ask anyone to go out and point a compass at that sun coming up tomorrow or whenever it comes up over there. It might already be tomorrow there, whatever. So go have them point a compass at the sun going down. It don't come out of the direct east and set to the direct west. No, it don't. And then in December, later on in December, it's even further south. So you actually will start seeing the sun come out like out of the southeast, set to the southwest, and it's not doing that circle path. So people have basically sent deep inside the rabbit's butthole proof that the sun is not setting where his app says it's setting. And you know what? He doesn't change it. He just smiles and just keeps on doing his thing. I think David Weiss is the handler of Jiren. I think David Weiss is the man with the money and the man who's in control of that little clique. David Weiss, in my opinion, is Jiren's handler. I could be wrong. They might be on equal footing, but I feel like David Weiss runs that show over there. No excuses. I'm tired of people saying It's a reflection off of the dome" and all that bullshit. That means all the shilly shit that Jaren's doing, you're going to ignore that too. He had Patty on his show last night over and over for hours. So now you're going to tell me it was a reflection off the dome. The map is good. No, it's not. Quit sticking up for shills. I know there's going to be people in chat whose job is going to be to protect these shills who I'm talking about. But I called these people out as shills, and I've been quiet about it for a while. But it's time to call them out again. And then the donation here from Simon with a great point. Simon Stegny, forgive me if I said your last name wrong, says, yeah, on AE map, day hours don't add up. For instance, Ushuaia, the daytime hours in Ushuaia this time of year, like 17 hours of daylight, 18 hours of daylight. And people are like, oh, there is no midnight sun in the South Pole. Well, maybe not, but Ushuaia gets a shitload of daylight. So imagine a spot down at the bottom of the map, Ushuaia, because that's where it is. Do you know where Ushuaia is? Maybe you don't. The very, very tip of South America. You know how South America's got that tip that goes all the way down there next to Antarctica? Ushuaia is the last city with a road, right? The furthest south city that you could get to if you live here in the Americas. So they get like 17, 18 hours of sunlight. Go check it out. You can go confirm that. And you can ask people in Ushuaia to point a compass at the sun. You can ask people in Ushuaia, hey, how much hours of daylight did you get? Now, you following? How are you going to have this spot down here stay daylight for 17 hours when your sun has to go all the way up and light up this part of the world, come all the way around over here? And remember, it's on that outer ring during the months of October, November, December. It's on that outer ring, so it's got to somehow go faster, cover all that ground, and it's got to light up Ushuaia 17 hours. Uh-oh. See, a lot of you guys have never done the level of research I've done, and some of you have. I know some of you have actually looked into what I said, but if you go look at where the sun comes up and where it goes down, it smashes that map. And then the shills make this excuse. Just because the sun comes up in a different spot doesn't mean the map's wrong. Dude, that's one major reason why it's wrong. Would you like me to continue? The shapes are all misshapen. Yeah, look at Australia all stretched out like bacon, and then look at how the United States is all like tucked real tight. The further you get to the center, they all get smaller. Then the further you get to the outside, they all get stretched out and distorted. That's not right. And then there's distance between places that's like 15,000 miles. And then when you look it up, it's only 7,000 miles. And so something like that's too big of a discrepancy. You can't say, oh, they're hiding the other 8 miles. You just don't know. So go prove it, flat earther. So I'm tired of people making up excuses for that map. I've heard them all. Light hours on that AE map don't work. The sun rising and setting doesn't work. The distances on it don't work. Continents are misshapen. You can also see the stars going the opposite direction when you go down at the bottom of the map, which also debunks it. Now, guys like Eric Dubé will say that's a straw man. That's because he knows you're not going to go down there and check it out. And then people in Australia don't really like Eric Dubé because they see the stars go in the opposite direction. So Eric Dubé will tell people the stars don't go in the opposite direction when you get down there on the bottom of the map. They spin the other way when you go down there on the bottom of the map. And people have told me the video and they're like, Jake, I'm here in Australia. Right? So I've asked people in these countries, not just one person, but I've asked several people so I can get different measurements, and it comes back matching timeanddate.com. If you get somebody to do a proper compass point at the sun, just point their compass at the sun when it's setting in Australia, Tasmania, Ushuaia, south, anywhere south down there, the further south, the better. If you have them point a compass at the sun tomorrow or the next day, all the way through December, you're going to see it's coming out of the southeast and setting to the southwest. It's the wrong direction than the circle. than where it would be if it was going in a circle. Okay? Sorry. That's the way it is. So I ran the circle map through the same scrutiny as I did the globe. And because of that, I realized it was wrong. And there were other people who were debunking it too. And there were people who beat me to the punch and debunked that map before me. And everyone who debunks it gets met with a ton of hate and resistance. I think we're finally to the point now that if you've done any real research, you should know that that map is wrong. All the shills use that map. All the shills use the map because it's wrong. See, there's people making shit up saying, oh, all the stars go the same direction on Earth. There's going to be people making shit up in the chat, and I'm not going to be able to catch every little lie that people are here. Just know that there's people whose job is to say the opposite of me all night long in the chat. So I would recommend that you don't even listen to people over in the chat. And if there's people who want to ask me a real question, that's cool. But if the only thing you're here to do is say the opposite of what I say, I'm probably going to bounce you if I see it. Basically, these people don't have anything on me. They really don't. There's no evidence of me being a shill, but there's a ton of evidence of all these guys being a shill. And for those of you who missed the part about RV Truth, he went on Mark and Patty's show. So some of you guys might be late to the game. Excuse me. And thanks, James Fox, for the donation. So for those of you late to the show, let me recap real quick. RV Truth went on Mark and Patty's show back in like 2018, I want to say. He went on Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. He stuck up for them all throughout these years and is just now starting to call out Patty as a shill. But he doesn't say Mark is a shill. And so I asked him, has he seen the documentary Beyond the Curve? And why is it taking him so long to call out Patty? Why did he go on Patty Steer's show? I never went on Patty Steer's show. Why did you go on Patty Steer's show, RV? And so he said I stole his evidence about Rob Skiba, and he ignored my questions. So I repeated them. Why'd you go on Patty's show? Why aren't you calling Mark Sargent out as a I called Mark Sargent Shill like 5 years ago. So what took you so long? And he deletes his own comment. I had his comment pinned. It just disappeared along with all my replies underneath it. So I made another comment saying, hey, he just deleted his comment because I caught him in a lie. He's a no good. This guy's acting like he's busting some shills, and he was just friends with Patty like 6 months ago. Him and Patty talked personally just like 6 months ago. They've been friends all this time, and now on her out. And the minute I question him, in the map he's using, he deletes the comment. So he shows up within an hour and says, Jake, you deleted my comment because I made you look bad, which is a lie. So that's a straight up lie. And that one you can go see. You can go see him saying that I deleted his comment that I pinned. Why would I delete a comment that I pinned? It made me look bad and I didn't want anyone to see it. Then I would have deleted it without pinning it for everyone to see. Make your lies make sense, bro. So this nameless, faceless coward who's a liar and a shill has a lot of you convinced that he's like a legit truther. But he had Mac Parhar on as his 33rd guest. Quinky dink. And then he throws Mac Parhar under the bus after he's the one who invited him on. And he says, Mac Parhar demanded that he get the 33rd spot. And I just didn't think anything of it. And I guess it was kind of, and then afterwards, then he wants to throw him under the bus. Yeah, sure, pal. So what you have here is a bunch of truthers who are fake fighting. So when you see Jaron going after RV Truth, and when you see Patty going at RV Truth, they're all on the same team. All those shills are on the same team and they have a pretend fight. The best way to lead the opposition is to what? Or what best way to control the opposition is to what? I said it backwards. Just to lead the opposition. You guys know the old phrase, right? So basically you have good guy flat earthers, you have bad guy flat earthers, you have Christian flat earthers and non-Christian flat earthers, and they're all on team cult shill AE map. And there are some of them who are stupid and they're useful idiots and they're going along with other shills. And then there's people who are actually paid agents like David Weiss and Jaron. Those guys are actual paid agents. So check this out. Jaron said he was a patron of RV Truth, and he just recently stopped being a patron because RV Truth started coming out and calling everyone shills. So Jaron was paying RV Truth up until he called everyone Patty Steer was a mod on RV Truth's channel up 2 days ago when he did a stream about her, saying that she's a shill for wanting to meet up at 3:30 p.m. She was a mod on a channel. He gave her a wrench. Is Patty Steer a mod on this channel? Is any of those shills mods over here? Seems weird. Imagine if Patty showed up here with a wrench, or Jaron was here with a wrench while I'm calling him a shill. Wouldn't that be just a little weird? But see, a lot of you guys miss this shit. A lot of you guys don't like sit there night after night and really look for this shit. And I don't blame you. It's tireless, thankless, and people still call you a shill at the end of the day. Detoxing for Life with a donation says, Jake, what's your opinion on the firmament? I believe personally not leave Earth. God made it perfect, and there's no other planet like it. There's no place like it. I don't think it's a planet, but there could be a firmament above, sure, but I don't have any sort of proof of that, and so I've never pretended that I know for sure there's a firmament or a dome because I don't personally have proof of that. What if it's just like this pressure buildup to where you just will die if you try to go too high? You know what I mean? What if there is just a pressure system that you just can't escape? And so it might not even need to be like a physical barrier, but it also could be. And so there are those SpaceX launches, those two weird ones that made that weird shit. Do you guys remember those SpaceX launches? There were two of them. They called it swamp gas, where it had all these weird colors and shit, and it looked like they were maybe trying to punch firmament. I'm going to make another video on that. But SpaceX had two launches, and we haven't seen one since, where it looks like to maybe escape the firmament. I don't know. It's just speculation on my part. Or it could have just been gigantic firework display or some Project Blue Beam display to make it look like they're trying to escape the firmament. See, that's how crazy shit can get, is we can never really trust what we're seeing. So how many of you guys remember when SpaceX did that thing, it was opening up a gateway to some other dimension? Do you guys remember? And then they called it swamp gas. And we haven't seen another SpaceX launch do that. So that's how you know it was definitely different. Something weird was going on. So perhaps they've attempted to leave this place and crack through. What we saw were two instances of that. Furthermore, trail off on this too much. The second time I saw it with my own eyes, because it was at the Vandenberg Launch Center in California, and I saw it from where I lived in Modesto. And then within like an hour, I felt like I'm gonna die. Like something hit my body and made me feel like I needed to lay down, and like I got all dizzy and felt weird. And then I asked people about it, and other people reported similar weird feelings that night, like feeling like they were about to pass out, feeling dizzy. So perhaps they tried to get through the firmament. Maybe they did, and they let in some evil shit, or maybe they tested a weapon on us. Maybe they tested a weapon on us that night, because all I have is my own personal experience and then what other people said. But I found many accounts on that second occasion where people had physical effects after seeing that. Taking Back Eden FE says, everyone please consider giving Jake a donation. Say thank you, even if it's $1 for all the hours he's put in. Yeah, I have no problem with that. Yeah, this is kind of a thankless job at times, and the government took my job singing for the elderly. I don't, live a lavish luxury lifestyle doing this. So yeah, all donations do help. So I appreciate that. All right. So, more questions, and I know I can't catch everyone's questions. They all come so fast. Um, James East says, "What do you think about peak oil?" I don't. I don't think about that. Um, Lies run the world. Almighty Win says, "Who's RV?" RV is known as Russian videos. Russian videos. When I first started, I started in 2016 as Flat Earth. That he was known as Russian Vids, and Russian Vids did breakdowns of false flags and fake shootings. And then one day he showed up on Patty and Mark's show, Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes, and he was kicking Patty and Mark's ass like I had never seen before. And ever since then, I've not been a big fan of his. And now that he runs from the questions of like why he did that, why he took so long to call out Mark and Patty, and why he's deleting his own comments when I ask him these questions, just proves he's just another shill like all of them. Furthermore, you don't even know if that's the original RV because he might have got replaced along the way with somebody who just sounds like him. And how would you know? What if RV Truth as Russian Vids was a legit truther and then they took him out or paid him off and then now he's a fake flat earth cult unity member? Easy, easy, easy. Taking back Eden FE with a donation says lunch. Hey, thanks, Boro. I appreciate that. Mm, Mangaka Tanaka says, "Do we need to start gaining skills to do something outside the system?" Well, sure, that sounds like a good idea, but really, if they want the world to end, man, it's going to be tough to live outside the system, off grid, and have everything you need to get by. I mean, there's so many ways they can poison the well. I mean, if they turn this world into a zombie apocalypse, I don't know how much fun it would be to live in food and rations in a bunker. I mean, how fun would that be? So people who are stocking up and thinking you're going to move to the wilderness and you're going to avoid this, they got towers everywhere. If they really, really want to, they can turn them towers that they surrounded us with to full blast. I think that's their main plan. If we ever outnumbered them and started really taking over and then disrupting their plan, they got the towers. They surrounded us with them towers. They surrounded us for a reason. You got to go a long, long, long way out there in the middle of nowhere to escape all that. And then you're going to live off rations and live alone. It's not going to be a fun life. How long are you going to make it? And if you do, hey, more power to you. But we don't even know. We just don't know what their ultimate plan is for us. We don't know. For all we know, might return and kill them all for us, and we might not have to lift a finger. I don't know. That would have sounded stupid to me like 10 years ago, but now, eh, sounds about as correct as lizard people. Sheesh. Got a donation from the Resistance 45. Hey, thanks for the donation and the cute kitty cat. Sing for Life for the donation says, Jake, the China virus came right after that weird SpaceX launch with the portal. I've always thought shadow government went too far, and look at us now. Yeah, now that they're putting the C word in the same sentence with the flat Earth, what does that tell you? It was never about a virus. If they're talking about the C word and the flat Earth in the same sentence, what does that tell you? In that video with Xavier Becerra, U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, that was made specifically for flat earthers to see. That was not made for sheep. That was literally a threat to us personally. Daniel Peach with a donation says, Jake, been watching you since the very beginning, man. Glad to see you have a genuine disposition regarding flat earth and conveying your morality. You're consistent and real. Keep it up, bud. If you're ever near North Idaho, hit me up. Oh, that's beautiful country up there. I don't like super cold weather, so during the winter, I don't like going up there, but Idaho is beautiful. I haven't been up to Idaho in probably like 20 years, but I remember it being beautiful. That's just like as far north as I've been. I've been to Yellowstone National Park, so like I've been through Idaho, Wyoming, Montana. That's as far north as I've been. So I've never been into Canada, never been to Alaska. So as far north as I've been is like Montana, Yellowstone Park. So I did that all in one trip. Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, all those states are gorgeous. But it's brutal during the winter. All right. Next question. Okay, I see someone saying that I learned that the AE model is impossible from two shills who deny chemtrails exist. That's how I know that that's a shill comment right there. I'm going to get rid of that guy. Yeah, don't bring up don't chemtrail deniers in my stream, bro. I don't appreciate it. So there's some chemtrail deniers, and I'm not even going to give them their attention, but they're the waters of truth, and they're trying to say that me and Thomas are bad guys, and that we're on the same team with Jaren and all these guys, and yeah, and that we're trying to make the fake flat earthers who died, you know, we're trying to make that investigation look stupid. They're basically more shills added to the mix, but they're just like a lot less popular, and I don't even really want to bring them up because that's what they want. They want me to talk about them. And I was in their chat the other night, and I was going to give them the opportunity to bring on, but instead they made up lies, shat all over me and a friend, and then they denied chemtrails exist. You see, here's how chemtrail deniers will mix in a truth and a lie. Here's what these shills do, who I'm talking about. They say jet fuel is a hoax, which is pretty much true. And then they'll say, that's why chemtrails aren't real. Well, you're telling me things don't ever spray anything? Yeah, it's a hoax. Jet fuel's a hoax. Chemtrails are a hoax. That's what these shills say. So they mix the jet fuel hoax with chemtrails being a hoax, and that chemtrails are there to cover up the jet fuel hoax. No, planes do spray shit on the populace below. The whole reason an airplane was invented was not because flying's cool. It was to drop bombs and chemical agents on people's heads. A weapon. That's why the airplane was invented, for a weapon. So you could drop shit on people like bombs, chemical agents. So these guys are going to pretend like the technology to seed clouds and change the weather doesn't exist and can't be done via airplanes. And they're going to say that the jet fuel hoax is the reason why chemtrails are a hoax. And so these guys who deny chemtrails and say chemtrails are a hoax and mix it in with the jet fuel hoax are out there running a simultaneous investigation. They like to claim that they're the ones who first debunked the AE map before anybody, and so they deserve all the credit for it while they deny chemtrails. Yeah, not even going to give those guys any of my time because I was there in their stream the other night and they lied about me and shit all over me. Wouldn't let me in there to defend myself when I was right there in the chat. I was like, let me in to defend myself. They also make up lies. Here's another lie these guys made up. They said I met Matt Boylan in Canada. I've never been to Canada. So even something as simple as like Jake and Matt Boylan hang out in comedy clubs. He said I used to hang out with Matt Boylan in comedy clubs in Canada. It's like, dude, that is a made up story. I've never been to Canada or to any comedy clubs with Matt Boylan. We did one show in Reno, Nevada one time. It wasn't even a comedy club. So basically, they just take these little pieces of information and they distort the truth. And a lot of the shills do that. They take little pieces of real information and then they distort it and they bring in the lie and then they sex, a lie, and a piece of truth together. Jet fuel is a hoax, therefore chemtrails can't exist. That's what these guys will tell you. Oh, you're telling me that shit that stays up there and spreads and turns the whole sky gray? You're telling me that's the same that disappears in a second? Get out of here. Like that controlling the weather, the greatest weapon ever known, is not something that the government does? Get out of here. Get out. So if I catch you, and I've seen some of my subs over there listening to these losers who I'm talking about. If I ever catch you over there mouthing me, I'll get rid of you. It would be like, imagine your friend over on someone else's Facebook who's talking shit about you, and they're there fucking talking shit and hitting the like button. I'll bet you guys have seen one of your so-called friends over on someone else's Facebook talking shit about you and hitting the like button, and then you're like, saw you over there on so-and-so's page talking shit and defending someone talking shit, and then they're like, no, what I was saying was. So I've seen a few people over there on these guys' channels when they talk shit and defend themselves, and you're over there kissing their ass, and then you want to come over and hang with me and kiss my ass too. It don't work that way. Dubé's best pal and Flat Earth Asshole's best pal. You can't. You can't be Jaren's best pal and Jake the Asshole's best pal. You can't be Deep Inside the Rabbit's Butthole's best pal and be Jake's best pal. If you're going to go over there and kiss their ass and I spot you, I'm going to delete you and get rid of you from the channel. I don't care how long you claim to have followed me. Get it? Okay. Just so we're on the same page. Because a lot of you guys are like, come on, guys. Nobody's a shill. Let's all get together and be a cult community. Kumbaya. No, I'm not in the cult community. I'm a lone wolf. I'm an outsider. I do my own thing, speak my own mind. I am not part of their shill show. If I feel like calling it a shill show, I will. If you think that's division, I don't care. If that bothers you, oh, look at that. Anytime those two names who I won't bring up keep getting brought up, that just proves you're one of their sock accounts. Hi, Jason. Hi, Ronnie. You guys are your only two friends. So when I see your sock puppets over here, I'm going to get rid of them, okay? Jason and Ronnie. I know you have a bunch of sock puppets. That's how you make it look like you have viewers. That's how you make it look like people watch you. See, I actually have an audience. You know why? Because they tell the truth. Actually funny and talented. See, I can actually see these guys who I'm talking about in the chat with their sock puppets. Funny. Hey, Jake, you like Space Busters, bro? I've never heard of Space Busters. I've heard of Ghostbusters, and I've heard of Globe Busters, but I don't believe I've heard of Space Busters. John Bond says the real shills really push hard for you to buy a bunch of corporate products all the time from them. Yes. The only thing I've ever tried to sell you guys was my own shirts with my own messages that I came up with. That's it. I've never once tried to sell you guys a bag of powder. You know, one of the things that bothers me most about high impact flicks? Hey guys, if you guys want to buy this bag of powder, it's got the 5% off. You can get it, order it down below. 5 types of collagen. Hey man, living somehow selling bags of powder. Have you guys not figured out bags of powder are not healthy. Lab made powder. I don't care if it's the 5 types of collagen or plant protein or whatever, or beets or this mucker root or whatever horse dick tranquilizer D you want to buy from these idiots. It's bullshit. You know what's really good for you? Raw meat, raw meat. But I don't see high impact flicks, even though he's buff as hell, ever talking about raw meat or raw milk. Now it says my connection is unstable. Great. Right when I bring up the powdered food. We'll give it a few seconds to cool off. Hey, if you're having fun, hit the like button. I see 315 people watching, 172 thumbs up. I want to see 200 thumbs up, and we're going to continue. If I don't see at least 200 thumbs up, I'm going to shut this shit down. We're going to go to sleep. But I don't think you guys want to do that yet. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be 200 thumbs here in a second. Hit those thumbs up. I see some smartasses. Think I'm not going to see their comment. Boom, gone, hidden from the channel. Ha ha. All right. I gotta make sure to wipe my mouth off too, because the other night I was on shrooms and I had all this crap building up and everyone just kept telling me to wipe my mouth. And I totally didn't even think about it for like an hour. And I just had like chunks of like spit and mushrooms over here the whole time. It was hilarious. If any of you guys missed my mushroom live stream, it's over on the Jake Gibson channel, my backup channel. I did an eighth of mushrooms and did a live stream the other night. So if you want to go check that out, it was quite a time. It's over on my backup channel. All right. Someone says RV is okay. Jake, take it easy, bro. No, he's not. He's a liar and a shill. And he was friends with Patty and just now started calling Patty a shill. So you're going to say that a guy who is friends with Patty for the last 5 years, 4 years or whatever, on 2018. Okay, the last 3 years he was friends with Patty until like just recently. Come on, dude. Quit sticking up for guys who were friends with Patty until just recently. Come on, dude. You take it easy with your shit. Okay, so RV won't call out Mark Sargent to this day. Refuses to call out Mark Sargent. Just now starts calling out Patty. Where have you been, dude? Behind the Curve came out a long time ago. Hey, how many times did I go on Patty's show? Let's see, there was never. Do you remember that one time when never? RV went on her show, and according to Patty, and I actually believe her, they had many, many chats offline, had many, many personal conversations. He made her a mod on his channel. So all you people sticking up for RV, now you have to tell me why it's cool to make Patty Steer a mod on your channel. He made Patty Steer a person with power in his chat to censor others. Is she one of my mods? Was she ever? So anyone keep sticking up for RV? You're sticking up for Patty Steer. I'm just going to think that you love trannies at that point. If you stick up for RV, that means you probably are going to go bang a tranny tonight. And by tranny, I mean tranny-poline. That's what I call trampolines. Or transformers. I mean transformers, not trampolines. You know what I mean. You guys know what I'm talking about. So everyone's like, chill out, man. RV's cool. He just loves Transformers. Meanwhile, Dearth is the handler. Deep inside the rabbit's butthole is the handler of the whole crew. That's what I think. The Baby Truther Show. It's the Baby Truther Show. Yeah, guys. Nobody's a shill. Everybody's cool, and the earth is flat. We're a community. Yay, we're a community. Come hang with us. Come hang with Jared. Hang with Bob. We're a community. Dippity-doo. Baby Truther Show. Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Truther Show. Today's special guest, Patty Steer. Hi, Jared. Nice to be here. Hi, Patty. Go watch it. Don't believe me? Think I'm making it up? Jake, you're lying. Go watch it. Nothing I said here was a lie. Every single thing I just dropped was all truth. I don't need to show you clips and videos. I don't need to bring it all up. Go watch it. You call yourself a researcher? Go look at Jaren's last couple streams. Just watch them. Just give them a watch. Oh, here's a funny one. Dan Pratt. Who knows who Dan Pratt is? Anybody? Anybody been here for a long time? Know who Dan Pratt is? So Dan Pratt is a guy who goes out in his garage. He's a blowhard. Hey, everybody. Let me tell you about what happened today. He goes out in his garage and smokes a cigarette and coughs, and he does these rants. And so basically, Dan Pratt, and there's some people I know who aren't going to like this. Dan Pratt just went on Jaren's show after years of feuding with Jaren, years of feuding with Patty, years of calling them all shills. Now, Dan Pratt says he's a born again Christian and he wants to bury the hatchet. So he went on with Jaren, buried the hatchet, and he went out and hung out with Jaren and deep inside the rabbit's butthole for 3 hours. And they all just stroked each other off the entire show. So here is a group of shills basically they're basically like coming together and pointing each other out as not really being shills. There's no real shills. Jaren says there's no real shills. So basically what you have is the entire group identifying themselves, this entire shill group coming together, identifying themselves, basically like showing you their shills in plain sight, showing you their group. And then Jaren goes on to say he doesn't think RV's a shill. He doesn't think Dan's a shill. Jaren says shills don't exist. So basically, I'm just a confused guy who just doesn't realize that the AE map does work. So Jaren thinks I'm just confused about the AE map. Well, this is his story. He doesn't think RV's a shill. He doesn't think anyone's a shill, even people who call him a shill. He doesn't think Dubé's a shill. So Jaren always comes from the, hey guys, can't we all just get along? No one's a shill. That's always Jaren's take. Come on, guys. Let's all just get along and fight the bad guy, fight NASA. Nobody's a shill. Yeah, except all your whole team, Jaren. So Jaren, what did he do on the Behind the Curve documentary? Failed a flat Earth experiment? Yeah, there's that. What did his partner Bob do? Say that he tested the Earth's rotation with a gyro and said it moved at 15 degrees. Remember that? What did Patty and Mark do? Act like retards. What did Mark do? Expose that he lived with his own mom when he's like 50. And so they made flat earthers out to be bumbling retards in that documentary. And we're supposed to give these people some sort of an excuse. They didn't know that they were going to be retards in that movie. They didn't know that their image was going to be used. Come on. Got another donation says, are you burned out lately on FV truths, bro? As far as flat earth truths, just let's depend. It depends what you're talking about. Because like looking across, a lake and seeing something on the other side that you're not supposed to see is a flat earth truth. And I'm not burnt out on the truth, but I get burnt out on this shill show. and then having to answer the same questions over and over. And then a lot of people who are late to the game, never did proper research, or just don't have very good memories, who just don't remember any of what I'm talking about. So when I say RV went on Patty Steer's show and kissed her ass, people are like, "No, yes, huh?" Just because you didn't see it or you don't remember doesn't mean it didn't happen. And the fact that I asked RV about it and he refused to answer my question and deleted his own response, that means he's a liar and a coward at that. He's a nameless, faceless, lying coward. Truth hurts. Does he still tell some truth? Yeah. He's going to tell you the truth about his Mason Shill buddies in some cases. So just the other night, if you guys don't believe me, I want you after the stream ends to go over and watch Jaren's stream. He even jokingly refers to Dearth as the Mason and refers to himself as the Jesuit. He refers to Karen B as the witch. So they were all joking. Funny how they choose to joke about the thing that they are, right? Just go back and watch it. That's all I ask. Go back and look into anything I said here tonight, and you will see I did not steer you wrong. Snake Plissken says RV called all them out. No, he didn't. No, he fucking didn't, you liar. Are you stupid or are you a liar? He didn't call out Mark Sargent. And what took him so long? How come in 2021 you're calling him out? Why didn't he call him out after Beyond the Curve? Why didn't he call him out a long time ago? I called him out before Beyond the Curve. I called Patty Steer and Mark Sargent shills before Beyond the Curve documentary. I didn't go on Patty and Mark's show. So now we got people in the chat who still, RV is a good truther. He called that. You're looking like bots right now. You look like AI bots and sock accounts. You look stupid. I see your little AI sock bot account. RV is good guy. He exposed shills. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's just ignore everything I laid out there then and listen to that one loser in the chat. Joey Dunlop says, Jake, do you believe in Yeshua? I don't know who or what happened before my lifetime. I was lied to about everything. So I don't even pretend to know who the original Jesus Yahushi Washi Yasha Washa Hashi is. Okay, I never do pretend to know that stuff. All I can tell you is I'm here on behalf of the Creator. The Creator is working through me. I do this because it feels like the right thing to do, and that's it. I feel like the Creator's here, God's here, working through me, doing this good deed, helping me get through this. And I don't have any way of proving who or what the hell happened before my lifetime. That's why I'm here talking about something I can prove that happened in my lifetime that I'm a part of instead. Flat Earth says, agree with you, Jake the asshole here. Everything is a lie until you can prove otherwise yourself. A hammer says the Bible proves flat Earth. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You looking across Lake Ontario and singing and seeing the Toronto skyline is a flat Earth proof, not the Bible. You seeing the Chicago skyline across Lake Michigan or whatever the hell it is a proof, not the Bible. Bible is some words, actually. Yeah, you can't say you did an experiment because you read a book. I'm going to do an experiment of whether the earth is flat or not. And then you open the Bible and read words and go, yep, I did an experiment. I read the Bible. I looked at words. That's like me saying the Earth is the shape of a butthole because I read a porn magazine. Do you get it? I have to actually like somehow have experience and do some sort of experiment which proves it's the shape of a butthole. I can't just read that it's the shape of a butthole. Understand? I know there's a lot of Jesus Bible thumpers up in here, and hey, I'm on the good guy side. We're on the same team. I just don't thump the Bible, and I'm not a Yahashua Bible thumping Jesus lover uh, guy that has to like just nonstop talk about Jesus. Okay, I never have done that, and that's not ever going to happen. So for those of you who think one day I'm just going to like become just a crazy, insane Bible thumper and spout off Bible verses during my live streams, that's never happened, and that's not going to happen. Okay, so hopefully that answers other questions. Because I've met some people who are absolute batshit crazy, acting batshit crazy, who were doing it on behalf of Jesus. I've seen people walk down the streets with bullhorns, just looking like insane people, like, repent to Jesus now, or you're gonna die in a lake of fire. You're gonna die in a lake of fire if you don't repent to Jesus now. No. Guess what? Nobody listens. Instead, people are like, "Gah, get away from me," including me. And half the time, these people think Earth is a ball spinning in outer space. Half the time, they don't even know the flat Earth truth. So I've seen some people who claim to be all about Jesus, who are batshit crazy and do batshit crazy things on behalf of spreading the word of God. And all they do is repel people. I saw a homeless dude with a speaker in the back of a wagon, and it was blaring Bible verses. How many people you think were like, oh, he's right. I've been wrong this whole time. A homeless guy with a wagon. Of course. You get it? Okay, so if you love the Bible and you want to thump it, thump it. But don't expect me to thump it on your behalf, okay? Because I've never done that before. It's not what we do here. I have to pee. Uh, Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. And we'll continue. All right. Well, did you guys miss me? The first thing I see, Devin Ill says, who here believes in Bogfoot? I hope you mean Bigfoot. Um, I don't know, man. Seems really weird. But that does remind me of a really good Mitch Hedberg joke. It goes like this. Bigfoot is blurry. That's right. There's a large, out of focus, blurry animal running the countryside, and that's extra scary to me. Rest in peace, Mitch. So, for those of you late to the stream, I guess I can give you a quick recap for anyone who missed anything. RV showed up in the comment section. RV Truth is Russian Vids. Showed up in the comment section of my last live stream that I did, exposing Mac Parhar and Rob Skiba as death fakers. He said that I got all my information from him, and that's how I know that his evidence is good. And so then I asked him why he still sticks up for Mark Sargent and why he went on Patty Steer's show, Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. And then I capped it off asking him, why do you use the debunked AE map, which is the fake psyop Flat Earth map? And so he deflected the question and he says, you stole my information and my evidence because you're too weak of a researcher. I'm like, dude, the Skiba video that you showed isn't your video. It was a video from 2013. So obviously it's not your evidence that you own. And the fact that you showed it and I showed you showing it doesn't mean that it's your evidence that you own. And I'm a weak researcher. So why don't you tell me why you went on Patty Steer's show? And so I asked him again, tell me why you went on Patty Steer's show. Tell me why you used the AE map. I said, I really don't care what you think of me using your evidence. It's not your evidence, but whatever. Tell me why you went on Flat Earth Hot Potatoes show and kissed Patty's ass and Mark's ass for 2 hours. Tell me why you used the AE map. Just do that. He deletes his own comment. So all my replies get deleted. You guys know if you comment on YouTube, anyone who replies to you, if you delete your original comment, you wipe out all their replies. So now all my replies get wiped out. So I go back and I make another comment and I pin it and I say, well, RV Truth just deleted his entire comment when I asked him why he uses the AE map, which has been debunked and is the fake map. And why is he sticking up for Mark Sargent, saying Mark Sargent's not a shill? Why is he just now exposing Patty? Why did he go on Patty's show? So I asked all the questions again. And this time he replies and says, you erased my comment because I made you look bad. So now he's saying I erased his comment, which I pinned his comment so that we could all see it. So now he's lying, trying to say I erased his comment. This is a man who had Patty as one of his mods. This is a man who's friends with Patty, had conversations with Patty off of YouTube many, many times. This is a man who didn't call out Patty or Mark for being in the movie Behind the Curve. No, he just now started calling out Patty. It's all way too much. And he's nameless and faceless. So right now I got the guy caught in a lie. He's a proven liar. Even if it's something simple, like him saying I deleted his comment, the fact that he's running away from the AE map question and he's running away from the Patty Steer question and the Mark Sargent question, the fact that he runs, I'm kind of used to people running. I'm used to people running from the asshole. When the truth comes knocking, people start running. So, just want you guys to know the nameless, faceless, loser coward is just another lying shill. Sorry. Yeah, he's going to put out some truth. He'll talk about, false flag here or there and probably give you, 60% truth, 70% truth. But as far as the crew he's hanging with, proven shills, proven liars, proven shitbags. So if I see you over there associating with those people, and I check from time to time, every once in a while, you never know, I'm in the background.
And if I see you associating with those people and kissing their ass and then coming over here and wanting to kiss my ass at the same time, just remember, I might call you out in front of everybody. Or I just might block you. And then you'll never comment here again. So, people want to play both sides of the fence, go over to RV's channel, kiss his ass, and then come over here and act all surprised like you had no idea. Well, now you do. Now you do. Yeah. I see a few people who are like RV lovers are like, fine, bye. Bye, Felicia. I know a lot of you guys aren't my subs here anyway. I see that there's a ton of people watching, and I know not all of you guys are my subs. So if some of you guys think I'm lying about anything I said, well, then get lost. If you think I'm a liar, or if you think anything I said here is not the truth, then get lost. My real subs follow me because they know I'm real, and they know I don't lie about this shit, about really anything. So there you go. What? Yeah, there's a few people that act like I'm supposed to only see their comment. Do you realize whenever I look directly into the camera, it's just words flying by over here? I don't see every single person's comment. When I look over there, I get to read one or two as they fly by, and then I miss another 20 or 30. So let's not act like if I missed one of your comments, like I'm purposely being a dick to any of you, okay? There's literally 300 of you here. So if one of you guys is like, he's not talking to me. Yeah, there's 300 of you. I get to pick and choose which questions stand out. What recognition? Yes, I saw you. You're like, do you see me? What's up? No, no, no. All right, yes, I see you. I see you, okay? Somebody asked about Gene Simmons. Yeah, I heard he recently put flat earth and the C word in the same sentence. And then you have Aaron Rodgers who put the flat earth and the C word in the same sentence. So right now they're putting flat earth and C word in the same sentence. Gee, I wonder why. Go figure. Wonder if that's to make anyone who disagrees with the narrative of the C word look like a crazy flat earther. Someone says, "What's the C word?" Uh, that thing. And then we're gonna have to get this thing to protect us from this thing. I have to watch what I say. I've gotten away with a lot tonight, and if I talk about what this thing is and what this thing is, and then I talk about why I don't like this thing or why I think this thing is fake, then I can get booted off of YouTube. So I say don't get this thing, and I say this thing is fake. But if I were to mention those two things by name, they might shut the stream down as I'm talking. It's happened before. If you've been following me long enough, you've seen my streams just get shut down on the spot and get hit with a you know what. Then they take away your ability to stream for a week. And if you get hit with two strikes, then they take away your ability to stream for 2 weeks. So I have to say stuff like, don't do this. This is not real. You know, this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then maybe you rode the short bus to school. Detoxing for Life says, has flat Earth hit a wall? Yeah, they infiltrated the truth movement. The truth movement is infiltrated by CIA, military, police informants, and Masons. And both these guys who are like both those things. So it's obvious to anyone who has been in this for a long time and sees all the telltale signs. But for people who just showed up like last month or last year, they want to be in a community with a bunch of friends and they don't want to believe in shills. That's how usually the women are. The women flat earthers are usually the ones who go, hey, you guys, let's all just get along and be friends. Let's all be flat earth friends. Nobody's a shill. The same thing Jaren says. Wow. So I always get like the newbie flat earth women who don't even really understand how any of it works. And they're like, let's all just be friends and go to the conferences and hang out and love each other and sing kumbaya. And if you say anything wrong about my friend Mac Parhar, I'm going to get sad and mad. Mac Parhar Flat Earth Fucker is a legend and a hero. And fuck you for saying anything about a dead man. Yeah. Okay, lady. Okay, lady. John Jeff says, I require no shout out. I'm just enjoying the show. Well, I just shouted you out, so how you like that? No Rona jab for me, hombre, says Rusty loves flat earth. Let's ask him. Ooh, come on, Rusty. Come on. There him is. Rusty, do you like the flat earth? Do you want to take one of these? Is that a yes or a no? Ah, my puppy. Look at this puppy. Look at this puppy. Look at this puppy. Look at this kitty. All right. There's a palate cleanser. A dog hair on my nose. Rob Gunn says, have Rusty cloned, Jake. Yeah, I've heard they can do that. That'd be weird, though. That would actually weird me out to have a clone of a dog that I already owned. Have Rusty number 2. That's just weird to me. It's almost like you're supposed to feel the pain when they die. You're not supposed to have a clone replacement. It's supposed to rip your heart out. Worse than any family member. A clone, get out of here. The Indiana Kid 33 says, Jake, do you buy Bitcoin? Yeah, I have some Bitcoin and several other various cryptos. I've got like, I don't know, like 20, 30 different cryptos. I don't have like a ton and I'm not like 100% invested in it, but I have a portion of my wealth in crypto because I definitely see that we're in a bull run and that the end is not quite there yet. So it looks like we still have money to be made. And so, yeah, I definitely am in the run. Some people are totally 100% anti-crypto, but they don't own any. They've never actually bought any and then made money. So no coiners who say like, you're going to lose it all when a EMP electric pulse hits or whatever. People say shit. It's like, what do you think's going to happen to your money in the bank that was printed by the Fed that doesn't exist? Yeah. If someone's going to say cryptocurrencies are a psyop. Oh, yeah, but that shit inside your wallet's cool, right? You know, like this one. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, crypto is a scam, but this is definitely not a pyramid scheme. God created these, right? Jesus printed this. Huh. 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 Duh. Do you know if you bought $1 of Bitcoin Years ago, your $1 would be worth more than this with the pyramid on it. Guess what's going to happen with this? They're going to take it away from you. They're going to say you have to turn all these in. You're going to get converted to nothing but digits on a screen. Nothing but digits on a screen. They're going to tell you to turn in your cash because we're going to nothing but digits on a screen. And you know why? Because it spreads disease. It spreads the boogeyman disease. They're going to make you turn it in for dollar bills on a screen called the digital dollar. What do you think happens to my crypto when they force you to turn these in? My crypto is going to go up. The price of Bitcoin is going to go up. Now, I could be wrong, but a lot of people like to say, Jake, you're promoting crypto. That's for the devil. It's devil's money. You're a scammer. This one already has a fucking pyramid on it with an eyeball. Who printed this? Did Jesus print this? Did it fall out of the Bible? No. Who printed it? Who printed it? It's up top there. Federal Reserve note. It's a note. A Federal Reserve note with a pyramid on the back there, boy. And people are like, Jake, don't you know crypto's a psyop? Well, by all means. Walk around with a bunch of pieces of paper with pyramids on them. Oh, and then there's this one, which you can fold into the Twin Towers coming down. You know this one, where you can fold it and make the Twin Towers come down? I don't even really know how to do it, but apparently, yeah. All you need is this one, right? Or is it the 10? It's the 20 or the 10, one of them. You can fold it and make the Twin Towers come down. My crypto doesn't have the Twin Towers coming down on it. You know what's also awesome is I'm up on my crypto. I've made money. These things don't make money unless you invest them somewhere, like a stock or crypto or a business. So if I put this right here and just set it here, set it right here, set it right here. Tomorrow, is this going to be worth $40? No. But if you were to, let's say, buy a crypto tonight and then tomorrow it doubles, you do have $40. And you can take 20 of it off the table and turn it back into these notes and then keep your original 20 in there. So now you're playing with what's called house money. So imagine having $1,000, it turns into $2,000. You take 1,000 of it out as profit, and then you keep your original 1,000 in there. Now you're playing with house money. And some people want to say, crypto's bad. And I ask them, how much do you own? None. Well, where's your money? It's in the bank. How much interest do you get? None. So you have digits on a screen, and you're going to tell me my digits on a screen that are crypto are bad? It's all digits on a screen. When you go to the bank and you look at your balance, it's digits on a screen. It doesn't become physical until they give you the notes that are printed by the Federal Reserve. But a lot of people like to say shit like, crypto's bad. They're going to force us to go to a cashless society. They're going to force you to go to a cashless society regardless of whether you own crypto. They're going to take away your cash. Here's how they're going to do it. Bring us your cash so that you can turn it into dollars on your screen. Otherwise, it's worthless. And you have 30 days. You have, by the end of date, to bring us your bring your cash to your bank and convert it into digital dollars. These are passing on it's passing the boogeyman disease. Look at this. You know how much boogeyman disease is going to be passed around? And you guys were like, whoa, where'd all the... I went to the casino last night and I won again. Just lucky, I guess. So they're not going to let me, and trust me, I like cash. I've got plenty of this stuff. I've got plenty of it. So I'm not against cash. I like cash. I'm just telling you, they're going to take it away one day. They printed it. They're going to tell you now it's not worth anything, and we're going to go to the digital dollar. And so, if you think your digital dollar that's created out of thin air by the Federal Reserve is better than the finite amount of Bitcoin, you probably are not going to be a millionaire in the future. That's all I'm going to say. Indiana Kid 33 says, yep, we're almost there. Thoughts on the Great Reset? I don't like using terms like Great Reset because it makes it sound like it's great. What would be so great about murdering billions of people? Doesn't seem so great when you say it like that, huh? So I think Great Reset is a term that the government comes up with, the bad guys come up with, because it makes it sound good. It's a great reset. It's not a horrible bad reset. No, it's great. It's you know what it is? I put it up there at the same category as calling chemtrails geoengineering. So when someone says it's not chemtrails, it's geoengineering. Chemtrails is a made-up term. What it actually is geoengineering. I'm like, no, chemtrail means a chemical sprayed from a plane. Very, very straightforward. Chemical trail. And then they want to dumb people down and say, no, 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 it's geoengineering. Geo, good. Engineering, good. Geoengineering, messing with the weather, spraying metallic particles in front of the sun, good, right? Because you call it geoengineering. Does geoengineering sound terrible and bad? No. Sounds kind of like the Great Reset. You know how we're going to get the Great Reset accomplished? With some geoengineering. You see, we have a problem with climate change. And so we can spray metal particles in front of the sun to combat climate change. You know, you wouldn't want the actual full sunlight. If the full sunlight hits you, you're going to die. So we're going to go ahead and spray shit in the sky to block the sun. See? To combat climate change. Stop it. So yeah, great reset can be accomplished with some geoengineering. Doesn't it sound fun? There's going to be a great reset. We're going to have some planes spray you with geoengineering. We're going to geoengineer your climate and your weather to force the great reset. Isn't it wonderful what science can do for you? Now, here's another reason why you shouldn't listen to chemtrail deniers who are on a couple channels who like to call me a shill. There's a couple channels who like to call me a shill, and they're also chemtrail deniers. Here's the thing. All the evidence for chemtrails is there, such as the patents for spraying metallic particles in the air to block out the sun. You can literally look up step-by-step patents which explain exactly how they are currently spraying metallic particles in the air to block out the sun and for various other reasons, control the weather, used for communications, like a big giant antenna as well. So there's a number of things they can accomplish by spraying shit in the air, and all that stuff. The patents are there for you to find and read extensively. What you can already see happening. Now here's the big lie: is they say that they want to use this technology in the future. So if you ask the government if they're spraying these particles in front of the sun now, they'll say no. It's something we want to try in the future to combat climate change. So the government is saying in the future they might one day spray metal particles in front of the sun to combat climate change one day in the future. Meanwhile, you go outside and you see lines in front of the sun. And you're like, wow, that looks exactly like the thing that they say they might do one day. So they're already doing it and they have patents in place and they're saying one day they're gonna do it. So when they actually start telling us that they're doing it, your blue skies are going to be a thing of the past. You're never going to see a blue sky. Every day is going to be gray, my friend. When they finally come out and tell you, we're combating global warming and we're spraying shit in front of the sun, when they finally come out and say that, yes, they are spraying shit on a daily basis to combat global warming, your sun is going to go bye bye. Kind of like that Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns blocked out the sun. Yeah, except this time it's going to be done with planes. And you got a few assholes out there trying to say there's no such thing as chemtrails. That's how you know they're shills. So anything they say about me, you should probably not listen. Jim West says, "Do you grow your own, dude?" I grew my own pot last grow season, but not this season. So last season, I lived in a place where me and the guy who owned the house grew 10 plants in the backyard. So I did have a bunch of stuff that I grew. I still have a bunch of it left, but it's old and it's not that good anymore. So that the stuff that I grew is from two grow seasons ago. So this now I'm smoking what my friends grew, and I'm actually running out, so I'm running low, but it's still pretty good. It's not too shabby. Joey Dunlop says, "Go live with RV." You know what? I think I'm about done going live with liars and shills because all they want to do is protect their image and then make up more lies and then try and throw me under the bus somehow. And so I've made this mistake before where like I'll show up on someone's stream to try and like put them in their place and stuff, spread the truth, and all they do is just play victim and make me out to be the bad guy. And he'll just use it as a way to make himself out to be the good guy, paint me out to be the bad guy, and then somehow try and convince you guys like I'm a liar. Really, all I had to do was answer why he uses that map, answer why he went on Patty Steer's show, and the fact that he deleted his own comment and refused to answer those questions told me all I need to know. So the same reason I don't go running over to Jaren's channel. If I wanted to, I could hit up Jaren and say, "Hey, you want to talk live?" And he'd be like, "Yeah." They always want to have me on because I drive up ratings. I'm a ratings catcher. Having asked the asshole on your channel is kind of a big deal for them because I'm not a shill and they are. So having me come on and shoving their story down your throat, it's kind of one of their goals. If Jaren can get some of you guys to believe his story over mine and get you to leave me and go over there, well, that's his plan. That's what he wants to do. Of course. Guy Freeman says, "Are people robbing weed shops in San Fran area?" I don't know. I don't live there. I haven't heard that specifically, but I haven't like been keeping up on what's going on in San Francisco. I don't really like San Francisco that much, to tell you the truth. There were some cool areas like, but ever since the C word, the boogeyman disease, like liberal cities like that are terrible, and I don't recommend you end up in them. The liberal cities weren't as bad before the C word because places like San Francisco had a ton of cool bars and cool clubs. And I don't mean gay places because not every place in San Francisco is gay. There was a really like an awesome community of places to hang out and walk up and down the street and get and eat really good food and like there's always something going on. And since the C word, all liberal places turn into just like BLM liberal libtard slum holes. And so yeah, I don't go there anymore. It's not a city that I hang out in. Mangaka Tanaka says BLM is a government psyop. Indeed, but there's a lot of followers who aren't part of the government. So they've actually got useful idiot followers. And so not everyone who's into BLM is part of the government. A lot of them are useful idiots who bought into the message. Same with fake flat earthers. There's a lot of useful idiot flat earthers who go to the conferences and kiss Jaren's ass and kiss Patty's ass. And she imagine like the type of flat earther who goes to the conference and like wants demarbles. To me, that's like the same deal, you know. It's like BLM members who fell for the psyop and who make a sign and go marching in the protests. A lot of them like are just people who are stupid, Simple as that. Yeah, Joey Dunlop is just being a loser. So guess what? You're gone, Joey Dunlop. Bye. Bye, loser. Joey Dunlop's a piece of shit, and I just kicked him out of my chat. He has his head so far up RV's asshole because he is gay. Bye, Joey Dunlop. Go be gay with your friend RV Truth with your head in his asshole, bitch. Oh, it's going to be so awesome when I forget about you. After I sing this song, you're never, ever going to ever enter my mind ever again. You're going to be gone and out of my mind forever because you're a stupid loser, bitch. Ha 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 ha. You can't do anything about it. Suck my dick. There you go. He thinks he can come here and demand I go live with RV Truth. You're just going to come here and demand that I go do whatever you tell me, dude, when I have the power to execute you from the chat forever? Bro, YouTube gave me this little tiny piece of power where I get to get rid of anyone I feel like is a piece of shit loser or muddying the waters of truth, and I like to use it. When I do spot one of you guys, it's fun to use this little power. And then I know they get all mad. They're like, I need to go over to my sock account. And then they go over to their sock account and they come back again. And then I usually will spot that and get rid of them. Then they're like, like I can tell it just like really pisses them off. Like their whole night is planned around like trying to piss me off. And with a click of a button, they're just like gone forever. Mm. Adam Bartlett says, "Do you sub Terry Riker Flat Out Truth Channel, bro?" Never heard of him. I've never heard of that person. Jim West says, "Who would you like to go live with?" I don't even know. I don't even know. That's a hard question. I'm just so jaded, and I don't trust anyone. And everyone's pretty much like a shill. Seems like so. It's almost like I don't even really care about going live with anybody. Who would I would like to go live with Buck Dharma from my favorite band, Blue Oyster Cult. There you go. There's an answer. I want to go live with my favorite guitarist, Buck Dharma, lead guitarist and founder of Blue Oyster Cult. Bill Cooper Patriot says, "Are there any good flat earthers on YouTube?" Yeah, but they got small channels and they aren't famous. And some of them don't really call themselves like flat earthers, and they aren't a part of that cult community. So if you're looking for someone who's a part of that cult community or something, then no. So I would recommend channels like The News is Fake 4 if you like people breaking down croissant actors, crisis actors. News is Fake 4 is good. And then if you like God, each person has their own different talents and their own things. So it's like I watch different people for different truths. Um, so I used to watch guys like Dubé and Boylan back in the day, but then when I started making my own flat Earth content, and then basically outed both those guys out as being shills, well, then they fell off my map to where now I don't really have any flat Earth guys who I love or look up to tell you about. It's not like that anymore. So I saw someone talk about Nathan Oakley. Nathan Oakley was part of the Potatoes crew as well, and then he's like the English Potatoes crew, and it seems like he's the flat earther who's here to control the debate side on the flat earth side. So he's here to like always control the debate side. Nothing but debate, 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 debate. Just every day, same thing over and over again. And it looks like they top out at like 1,000 views. It's like every day they do a debate, they get 1,000 views. Do a debate, get 1,000 views. Do a debate, get 1,000 views. And so to me, I get bored really fast watching that style of content because the debates are typically cringe and they're boring and they're long, and so are you gonna get some good ones on some days? Yeah, but a lot of times it's just the same hashed out shit, like, "Here's my drone footage, and when I make the drone go up, you can see farther." Yeah, that's a flat earth proof. No, it's a ball earth proof. No, it's a flat earth proof. No, I've seen guys look at the same video and both of them say it's proof of a flat earth or a globe. They both argue that it's proof of their model. And so I've seen guys with a drone video say when their drone goes up, the farther you see, it's because you're seeing over the curve. And then the flat earthers are like, no, you see farther because you're going higher in the air. And then I've seen them just argue about that for 3 hours. I don't have that kind of time anymore. That used to be cool, I guess, to like watch people argue for 3 hours. But on Nathan Oakley's channel, that's all they do every single day. So my question to you is, why are you not bored with that? What is that still fun to you to watch a debate every day? Why are we even debating something that we know at this point? And plus, he seems a bit shady to me. He was always part of the Potatoes crew, so he seems kind of shady to me. All right. Anything else related to what we've been talking about today before I shut it down? I've been on here for 2 hours. Someone says mud floods question mark. That's not relevant. That's all just speculation shit. I'm not even going to try to pretend to know about old mud floods or ones that are coming. Yes, I've seen the buildings with the floors that look like they're below mud. Yes, I've seen the evidence. I find it interesting, but I put it right up there with elephants that are made of stone. Did elephants turn to stone, or are there just elephants that are made of is there stone that just looks like elephants? It's right up there with the tree stumps, or are they just plateaus? Are they mountains, plateaus, or are they tree stumps? When you get into shit like that, I just throw my hands up at it and go, I don't know. Screw it. Let's just worry about what we're talking about now, which is RV being a shill. You can go bang your head on the wall of whether a tree stump is a mountain, but right now I'm talking about RV being a shill. Andy RB says Elmo.
Elmo wants to know why anyone watches RV Truth. It's just a faceless, nameless shill. Elmo doesn't watch RV Truth. Elmo only likes it the asshole. Elmo was gonna get the vaccine, but Jake the asshole brought up some good information and evidence, so Elmo decided not to get the vaccine.
There you go. Just for you guys. Visible Reality says, do you think Mr. Trumpy will be president again? I think he will be making a return. I could see that. I could see that happening for sure. Yeah. I could see him being brought back one more time. I'm not going to say if that's for sure, but it wouldn't shock me or surprise me. No. But I think he's on team bad guys. So don't even think for a second that I'm a Trump supporter. I've told you guys from the beginning he's a bad guy. In my opinion, he's not any different than Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a not even a real guy anymore. It's just like a team of actors pretending to be Joe Biden. Whereas at least with Trump, you actually had more of like a flamboyant, outspoken character. So I will say when Trump was in office, it was more entertaining, but I'm not going to sit here and say he was a better guy or that like he wasn't as bad of a man as Joe Biden, because I don't believe that for a second. So I think Trump is every bit as bad as any bad guy, basically. And if you guys remember, we all got locked down underneath Trump, and the muzzles showed up under Trump first, and talks of this showed up under Trump, and Trump said he took this, and that you should too. Let's not forget that. Yeah, I took it. You should take it. You should do it. If anything goes wrong, you'll be the first to know. I did it. I took it. If anything goes wrong, you'll be the first to know. Yeah. And a lot of his supporters were just like, well, I guess we'll let you get away with that one. Trump 2024. Woo! Trump 2024. It's like, dude, he just did you what and his supporters are like, he's playing 5D chess. He's playing 5D chess. He says he took it. He says he wants us to take it. That's because he knows all the libtards are going to try to crucify him as being an anti-VAXXer. So now he's got to act like he is a pro-VAXXer so that he can turn all the libtards into anti-VAXXers. It's all according to the master's plan. Yeah, Trumpers are some of the biggest retards. The biggest tards. They're all fake woke. Steve Palaulis says this is the funniest live stream. Ha ha ha! I love it. You must have missed the one where I was on shrooms the other night. It gives this one a run for its money. If you missed the stream where I ate the mushrooms the other night, you should go watch it. It's on the Jake Gibson channel. For those of you who are not subbed to my backup channel, the link is in the description down below. So go down below, sub to my backup channel, Jake Gibson. That's where I do the majority of my streams. I don't stream over here as often. I did a stream on mushrooms just the other night, and so if you guys want to go back and watch that, I did some funny stuff. So this is a pretty crazy stream. I laughed, I cried, I laughed some more. I made everyone else laugh and chat, and it's a good time. All right. So anything else before we shut this thing down? Looks like you guys are running out of questions. I think I laid it out pretty much for you. Retro Bill with donation says, awesome content lately, Jake. Nobody can compare. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try. I've been trying. Treehouse says, you cried? Oh, yeah. If you go watch the stream where I was on shrooms, like at one point, like I thought about my dog dying, and then I brought up the fact that like I lost my job singing in the nursing homes, and then I just lost it for a good like 20 seconds. Yeah, I was like, but then I got over it, and since I was shrooming, it didn't take long before like I totally just got over it, started cracking jokes, wiped away tears, and it was good. It was a good stream, good time. Adam Bartlett says, just King Truther. Oh, I appreciate that. You know, all I try to do is just be super duper honest and transparent, you know? And so, like I told you here today, anything that I said, you guys can go basically do your own research and check up on it. So even though I didn't show you every single video clip of what I'm talking about, the fact that I told you Russian Vids was on Patty and Mark's show, Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes, that's not a lie. You can go find out the answer to that. Now, I don't know if that stream is still up or not and still out there, but that's obviously truth right there. So the fact that he was on Patty and Mark's stream so long ago, the fact that Patty was a mod for RV Truth up until like a couple days ago, the fact that they were friends outside of YouTube, pretty shady shit. And the fact that he deletes his comments when I ask him about it and then lies about deleting his own comment. Gotcha. Gotcha, RV. Hi, RV. I gotcha. Hey, why don't you show your face and give your name? Why don't you do that? Excuse. He's got an excuse for that. He's just such a good shill buster. He's afraid. Nikon Conqueror 7 says, is there more than one sun? Possibly. I can't prove that there's a second sun, but there possibly could be. I throw my hands up at the flat earth models because like I can prove why they don't work, but I don't have one that works perfectly. And I can't quite figure it out because I don't have my own jets and my own, boats, and I don't have all the tools I want to verify 100% for myself what this place really is and how it really works. And so I've always been honest with you guys. Like, I can show you why the circle map doesn't work. I can show you why I have questions about a square map or a rectangle map or a concave map. I can show you why I have questions about all of them. But what I can't do is show you my perfect working map because I don't have that. But that doesn't mean the ones that I show you are wrong aren't wrong. So people think, oh, well, if you don't have a perfect map, I'll just keep using the debunked fake AE map because I need something to show people. Okay, you can do that, but globetards who know their shit can debunk you and make you look stupid. Just remember, I told that to D Marble, and then he was like, well, you're right. And he stopped promoting the AE map a little bit, but then he video about me and got pats on the back from everyone when he made a video talking shit about me. It's to this day, that video still bothers me. It's because I came out and told you guys the truth. And I was like, yes, D Marble dude's wearing the AE map on his chest. It's a globetard can use that model to debunk you. So imagine wearing a debunked fake globe on your chest. The flat earther can come along and debunk that. So basically that AE map, it's the pizza pie map. It was there to psyop you the same way the globe was. JK Grunge says, indeed, I don't understand how globers can't see that it's not a rock. Well, a lot of them have never questioned it or ran it through any scrutiny. So the globers, you have to remember, if you don't ever run the globe through scrutiny, in your head, you still have all that heliocentrism shit that we all believed. We all believed it, and so you have to put yourself back in the shoes of when you were a believer of heliocentrism and space and all that. Even when you know it didn't kind of make complete sense, but you still believed it. It never made complete sense to me as a kid, but I believed it and went along with it because that's what I was taught. And that's what everyone talked about. That's what was in all the movies. And it was, you know, what we were all taught. So there's no way for you to know when you're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old as a young kid to really know what the hell's going on. And so I have to put myself back in my old mind frame of back before I ever woke up, which is hard because I have to like imagine what that used to be like. To imagine what this person who you're trying to convince it's not a globe. Like when you look at a glober and you go, how can you be so stupid and not notice it? They don't watch any material that says the globe is wrong. No one's ever shown them anything. And so a lot of them, like who've never even looked into it, the first time they do see it, their natural response is going to be to reject it, right? Naturally, you're already going to have heard flat earthers are crazy. You are they maybe might have saw 10 minutes of the Behind the Curve documentary and went, these people are stupid. Imagine if somebody's only experience with flat earthers is watching the documentary Behind the Curve, and then you show up a legit flat earther with legit information, and you're not acting like Mark Sargent or Patty, but they don't want to listen to you because their experience was watching that documentary and laughing at Mark and Patty, laughing at Jiren as he failed his flat earth experiment, laughing at Bob when he says the earth moves at 15 degrees because of his gyro or whatever. And so if somebody's experience is seeing that documentary and then you come along, a legit flat earther, let's say, and you want to talk about a square model or a different model outside that AE map, they don't even want to hear it. They already saw the documentary. They got their fit. They know what you flat earthers are all about. Plus, the news is telling them that it's us flat earthers that are causing, the C word, the boogeyman disease to spread, right? So, trying to spread that information to anybody, they have tactics that they use to keep people attacking the flat earth. So they have regular people ready to defend the globe, attack the flat earth because of all the reinforcement that they've been given throughout their life ever since they were a little baby. Not a baby, but ever since they went to public school, went to kindergarten, were told on day one earth's a ball. Christopher Columbus sailed the globe. All this reinforcement, you can't just expect anyone to let all that shit go. And all that shit was put in place so that whenever anyone does hear the truth about the flat earth, they reject it and fight it. And if they put all that in place so that someone rejects it and fights it, they've also put shills in place. If they took the time to lie to you about it being a ball, they can take the time to put shills in place to coerce you to the fake flat earth map. If you figure out it's not a ball, they've got people set up for you. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? You figure out the biggest secret in the world, that you don't live on the spinning rock, and your entire existence changes. They've got a box and a crew of people and a cult ready for you. Why wouldn't they? Why would they not? You think the government wants you to join up with people like me? Talk about this? Become an actual army and fight back? No. They want you to hang out with Jiren and do nothing. Fail flat earth experiments. They want you to hang out with Dearth and look at a fake flat earth map, a fake flat earth app that's wrong and impossible. They want you to hang out with and watch Nathan Thompson look like an idiot. That's what they want. They have this group set up for you. They strategically found this shill group and assembled it so that when you do figure out, if you do figure out the earth isn't a spinning ball, they've got your cult immunity ready to accept you. Do you understand what I'm saying? This isn't the only area of the truth movement that's been infiltrated. Alex Jones is there for your common run-of-the-mill conspiracy theorist. If you are a common run-of-the-mill conspiracy theorist, you realize that those towers coming down and falling into their own footprint doesn't quite seem right, and you start questioning things. They got guys like Alex Jones there to accept you, make your ideas and your statements seem not so crazy. So they have these gatekeepers set up to control any sort of opposition and lead any sort of opposition. So if they have Alex Jones in place, why wouldn't they have Alex Jones of Flat Earth in place? Alex Jones of Flat Earth is 5 or 6 different characters. Eric Dubay, gatekeeping shill. Jaren, gatekeeping shill. Deep inside the rabbit's butthole, gatekeeping shill. Now, RV Truth, they're trying to position him as one of the top guys in the Flat Earth. He wasn't. He wasn't even into the Flat Earth. When I started as Flat Earth asshole, he was not a Flat Earther. Russian vids didn't show up on the Flat Earth scene until 2018. And he showed up by going on Mark and Patty's show. It's not a grand entrance. If you become a Flat Earther in 2018 and you start by going on Patty and Mark's show and kissing their ass, you missed quite a few years before that, and you messed up when you went on Patty and Mark's show. So if your boy is RV Truth, now he has to explain why he was late to the Flat Earth party, why he went on Mark and Patty's show, why he refuses to call out Mark to this day, why he uses the debunked AE map. He can't do it. He won't do it. He's deleting his own comments, lying about it. Just another lying shill. Sorry, not sorry. All right, I'm going to get off here. All this shill busting has me tired. So I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you for donating. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your questions. And if you missed any of the stream, go back and rewatch it. If you have any questions about anything I said, do some research. You'll pretty much find everything I said here. Dead on truth, down to a T. All right, y'all. I will see you next time here on the Jake the Asshole channel. I'm thinking I'm even going to go back and dig up those old clips of Eric Dubay dressing like a lady and pretending to be me. And I just might have a video of what it looks like when Eric Dubay looks like a lady. Eric Dubay, ooh, look like a lady. Eric Dubay, ooh, look like a lady. Cow. All right. Peace, y'all.